Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings, everybody. How are you doing on this fantastic Sunday evening? All right. Yes, y'all. I am back. Like I said, I would. Okay. I always say inshallah, though God willing. All right. Because we plan, but as we know, God is the best of planners, right? So the plan obviously was for me to be here again on this Sunday, July 5th. And I'm just super excited because I get to read to you all. And I want to just acknowledge the fact that on this day, this was Sunday, on July 5th, the year 1852, was when Frederick Douglass gave his address to I think it was a group of abolitionists, and the address was entitled "What to the Slave is the 4th of July." And throughout his speech, he eloquently mapped out how the Independence Day, that those who are in power, okay, as you see, I put up air quotes, all right, perceived power, said, hey, this is our Independence Day. This is our freedom, right? We are free from the British subjects. And yes, we are just, having America, and, we're doing our thing. And he was like, hold up, wait a minute now. Newsflash, woohoo. There's a segment of the population that is not free. They are in bondage. They are in slavery. And he was unapologetic about saying that. And remember, during that time, he actually had escaped slavery. All right. So he was extremely courageous. Okay. Because he was speaking out at a time where they could have literally been like, said, okay, we catch him and then he's going to get right back into slavery. Okay. So with that being said, make sure that we educate our children about this history, because this is extremely important. So now it is time to get on into this book. All right. Speaking of, understanding history and understanding where we as a community, where we belong in history. This sister right here, Augusta Baker. Oh yeah, she made sure of that. All right. This book, the title is Go Forth and Tell. All right. The Life of Augusta Baker, Librarian and Master Storyteller. All right. Me and her, we got something in common. Okay. We got something in common. All right. Gotta get a little corny real quick. Y'all let me know where y'all coming in from, by the way, too. As you all see, hey, that's my girl, Cindy. Yes. Thank you. I love when you guys put in the chat that you are here, because this is a community. And of course, this is the only way I'm able to communicate with you, right? You put in the chat, where you're from and who you are. I would truly love that. And as you all see the ticker, you all see actually, my name on the screen, and of course, the organization that I represent. And we all are about combating the high levels of illiteracy. So now, here we go. This book was written by Breanna J. McDaniel, illustrated by April Harrison. And for those of you who are regulars, and if you've been coming here every week for at least, I want to say the past 4 months, you probably saw me read this book already. But news flash, it's okay to reread a book. Yes, it is. In fact, you really get the understanding when you reread the book. All right. Always remember that. Just because you've read a book doesn't mean that is some law that says, oh, I read that book, so I don't got to read it again. I mean, unless you really could not stand the book. There are books out there you read, I can't stand that book. Sucked. I toughed it out to the end, but if it's a book, that you really enjoy, you know how our little kids are. They're like, I want to read that story again. Can you read that again? Read it again and again. Okay. All right. So that's what I'm doing for y'all. Here we go. Let me take the jacket off. I love the colors. Look at this. Y'all get into it. Y'all. I love a good illustrator. Augusta Braxton Baker grew up to be a master storyteller. But before that, she was an amazing story listener. Growing up in Baltimore, it didn't matter whether she was sitting at the kitchen table, walking to the store, or relaxing under a tree. When her storytelling grandmother started her tales, Augusta stopped, stuck out her eager ears, and listened. Her grandmother's lilting, tilting voice shaped incredible worlds and passed them down to Augusta. Through that voice, she traveled to where Brr Rabbit laughed in briar patches and where Arthur gallivanted with Excalibur. In these worlds, people who started out discarded and mistreated became heroes who slayed dragons or used their smarts to get themselves out of trouble. These stories taught Augusta that where there's a will, there's a way. And she never, ever forgot that. Augusta was enchanted by words and the way they could change how she thought and learned. Could she become a storyteller too? Could her stories help other people become better listeners? Now it was time to find out. Augusta pocketed her grandmother's stories and took her own lilting, tilting voice to a teacher's college in Albany, New York. In school, one of her teachers taught a lesson on folk stories. Augusta's grandmother's tales jumped joyfully to the front of her mind, and Augusta knew they were part of a bigger story, a story of movement and courage. The tales begged to be plucked from her memories and retold. Augusta knew that her calling was to be in front of a crowd, raising her voice and guiding children of all ages through the wide and wonderful spaces of her stories. That calling took her to the 135th Street branch of the New York Public Library in Harlem, where Augusta became a children's librarian, happily sharing stories with others in her community. Many of the children Augusta served in Harlem were African American, but there were hardly any books with Black people in them. The ones that the library did have were rude, mean, and just plain wrong. Augusta realized there was a lot of work to do, but where there's a will, there's a way. She knew that the eager, listening ears of young, solemn James Baldwin and poetry-loving Audre Lorde deserved to hear stories where they laughed and gallivanted. She knew they could one day tell their own stories if she only showed them how. She decided to use her voice, not just to share the stories she already knew, but to search out new ones and even create some of her own. Augusta remembered how the heroes in her grandmother's stories sometimes started out at the bottom, but would rise up. She wanted Black children to have heroes that rose up and looked, talked, and shined bright just like them. She created the James Weldon Johnson Memorial Collection at the 135th Street branch to showcase honest, caring depictions of Black folks. And she shared and published her lists so countless others could learn from them. She went out of her way to support educators, librarians, and writers. And they supported her too. Educators like Carter G. Woodson, the father of Black history and founder of Black History Month, and librarians like Augusta's colleague in Chicago, Charlamagne Rollins, the first Black president of the American Library Association's Children's Division. Authors and artists like John Steptoe, Virginia Hamilton, Tom Fillings, and Walter Dean Myers, who created stories for and about Black people, sharing their lives and experiences around the globe. Eventually, Augusta became the coordinator of children's services in all of the New York public library branches. She was the very first Black person to ever hold that position. Known as the mistress of storytelling, Augusta traveled all over the country, gifting people her time and her stories. It didn't matter where she was, teaching classes at Columbia University, hosting a radio show, or on the set at Sesame Street. As one journalist said, wherever Augusta went, she painted worlds with her words. Full, bright worlds for the children who make our own world whole. In 1980, Augusta accepted a job created just for her as the master storyteller in residence at the University of South Carolina. To this day, the city of Columbia honors her with an annual festival called Augusta Baker's Dozen. There, under trees and tents, with food and friends, griots and authors tell tales, shining a bright light and painting a more brilliant, bold world with their words. Go and have a listen. The end. All right, all right. One of my favorite stories to read. I love reading this story because I believe it was very well written. Easy for young people to, be able to capture the different facts about Miss Augusta Baker. So I thought that was cool. I definitely love the colorful language, the figurative language, like the personification. Very, very well written. Also, I love the timeline as well that you have in the back, saying when she was born and going through all the important dates. So again, this is a book I highly recommend that you get for your household. I love showing the back covers too. All right. I get into books, y'all. Books, I mean, to me, having a physical copy is where it's at. Of course, if you are able to listen to a book, just like you guys are here, right? Listening to a book, that's fine too. That's a way to get your reading in. But make sure if you're able to get that physical copy, ain't nothing wrong with having it in your hands, just feeling it and, smelling the book. Have y'all done that before? I need some feedback. Have y'all smelled the pages? You ever done that? I know I ain't the only one. I've heard other people talk about how they like the smell of a book and everything. So, yeah, this is what we do here. We celebrate reading and books. So we're about to get on into it. I know y'all are waiting. Of course you can. My Kahoot folks. So let me go ahead and share the screen. Musa Abdullah. We doing it the right way. Excuse me. We doing Musa. Exactly. Let me turn this up. All right. Yay. Go ahead and put in that PIN number. If you are new here, if you would like to play, you would go to Kahoot, K-A-H. I'm putting it in. Stop. Excuse me. Stop. Stop. All right. So that's what you would put in. All right. KAHOOT.IT. And then you can put in the game PIN. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull it up now. All right. 886 Sydney. All right. 7537. You want me to have a small escort you out? Okay. All right. So we got Sydney in the house. Musa the Goat in the house. All right. Hopefully we have a couple more. I know it's kind of a little warm day. I know it's summertime. I know how it is in the summertime too. You got folks there having family reunions. People are traveling. So I definitely understand when I don't see the attendance that I'm used to seeing during our real lives. So it's all right. As long as I got one player, we good. Because if I don't have one player, then I can't click the start game. Go ahead, Princess Pretty. Yes. Come on. Okay, you're not. Okay, you're on the screen. Okay. All right, cool. It looks like I can go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Oh, wow. That book was like kind of short. That book was like probably about 15 minutes long. Okay, so let me go ahead and whoever wants to join, the game pin will actually still be on the screen. So if anybody want to come in late, do your thing. StreamYard, bam. Bam a limb. All right, go forth and tell. All right, here we go. All right. Before Augusta Baker became a master storyteller, she was an amazing story was. You know y'all got this. So remember in the book, in order for her to become a storyteller, remember she had to be a good story listener, right? Just like what you guys are doing every week, right? You're listening to me read the stories, right? So yeah, that's what she did. Yep, that's all right. Let me go click next and show you guys. All right. That's all right. All y'all gonna get on the board the next time. Let's do it. Let's go to the next question. All right. So what city did Augusta grow up in? Why does that countdown like that on there? Y'all remember from the book, what city did she grow up in? You know, it started with a B. All the cities on here start with a B, right? Y'all remember? The correct answer, Baltimore. That's where she grew up, you guys. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's see. I don't think, let's see anybody. Oh, Princess Pretty. Yay! Princess Pretty got on that scoreboard. That's what's up. All right, Sydney and Musa to go. Y'all gonna get that next one. I know it. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Let's see. Who used to tell Augusta stories when she was younger? Come on. Y'all remember. I got this. Her grandmother is correct. All right, so two of y'all got that. Oh, let's see. Oh my God. Let me say, oh my God. Okay, all right. That's what I'm talking about. Musa, you gonna get on that scoreboard. Yes, you will. All right, we got another one. Here we go. All right, where was one of the places the book mentioned that her grandmother would tell Augusta stories? This was like in the beginning of the book. So hopefully you guys, were here for the whole story. I know, Stephanie, I saw you come in early. I know you were here. Hopefully you guys. All right. So it was walking to the store. Yep, that was one of the places she talked about. Yep. That's okay. That's all right. Let's see. Here we go. All right, let me show you guys. Okay, Princess Pretty, Sydney, yes, and then Musa to go. All right, you're going to get on there. Okay, here we go. Augusta's grandmother's tails jumped joyfully to the front of her mind. Remember, the tails were the stories, and they jumped joyfully to the front of her mind. What kind of figure speech is that? How is a tail actually jumping, right? So that right there is personification. So that's when you're giving human traits, characteristics to things that are not human. All right. So think about it. The tails jumped. They didn't physically jump, right? Okay. She just remembered them. They just came to the front of her mind. All right. So let's see. Okay, all right. That's all right. Remember my motto, even if you don't get the answer right, when you are told the right answer, now you're learning. Okay. Sister Augusta loved to tell stories. What job did she wind up taking in Harlem, New York? I tried to trip you up on this one. Okay. Noah's dealing with books. Okay. Children's librarian. Remember, her focus was the kids. She focused on them babies. Okay. So, yes, that was her focus. Let's see. All right. Princess Pretty still in that lead. Then Sydney and Musa to go. Musa, hopefully you get on for the next one. All right. Because we on question 7 and it's 13 total. Okay. What did she notice about the books that she would read to the children at the library? No, I know y'all got it. All right. Okay. 2 of you did. That's good. That's right. There weren't a lot of Black folks in the books. All right. Woo. All right. And Musa, you are on the scoreboard. Woo. All right. Go ahead, y'all. I love to see everybody at least getting one on in there. That's what I'm talking about. All right. She noticed the books that they did have were rude, mean, and just right. Is that true or false? Were they were rude, mean, and just right? Is that a true statement or a false statement? Pay attention to what I said now in that sentence. False. She noticed the books that they did have were rude, mean, and just plain wrong. Okay, so that's what makes that sentence false. All right. Let's see. Y'all go. All right. Next. Why did Augusta feel it was important to showcase Black authors, educators, and librarians? Why was this important? I see one person responded so far. I'm looking for two more responses. Okay. Woo! Y'all got it right. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so happy. Look at y'all. Yay. Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. All right. Augusta became the first Black coordinator of children's services, which library branch. I give you just like it. Well, like, all right. Yep. So all of New York's library branches. All of New York's library branches. Okay. Because remember, she had left Baltimore and went to New York. All right. Woo, Princess Pretty, and then Musa the goat is rising second place. Sydney, all right, still on that board. That's an excuse me. Musa, we don't do that. No. All right. Which popular children's TV show was Augusta featured on? Remember that? I know y'all gonna get this. I know y'all gonna get this. Sesame Street. So I see one person got it. Oh, let's see. All right. Very good. So it was Sesame Street, y'all. Yep. All right, here we go. We got two more. It's our last. There was a master storyteller job that was created just for her at what university? This is when she left New York. It was the University of South Carolina. That was the answer. Let's see. All right. Princess Pretty, still doing good in the lead. Musa the goat. Oh, it's all right, Sydney. It's okay. You're learning. You're learning. I am proud of you. I'm proud of all three of you. You guys are doing magnificent. All right. And this is our last one, y'all. Let's see if you guys remember this. Remember this, okay? Augusta Baker is honored every year at a festival called. Hopefully, you guys remember this. Okay, all right, one of you got it. So that's right. Augusta Baker's Dozen. That's what it's called. Yep. That's all right. Check it out though. Woo! Congratulations. Yes, of course. I love to acknowledge my first place winner, Princess Pretty. And we got Musa to go second place, and Sydney coming in that strong third. But all of you are winners because, again, y'all showed up once again. My regulars, Princess Pretty, Sydney, and of course my son Musa. Y'all in the house because y'all see the importance of literacy. And that's why I show up, because I know this is important to you all, and it's definitely important to me. And I thank you all. I hope that everybody is getting cooled down some. All right. I know it's been raining here in Cleveland, so we've gotten some, a little bit cooler weather. A little muggy though, too. You know how when it rains and it's hot and it gets a little sticky and muggy. But we did at least get some relief. I hope you guys are getting relief, staying cool, and enjoying this beautiful summer. And I just want to bring your attention again to the ticker below. Of course, we're always accepting donations for our organization because we're able to do things just like this, provide the platform where we are able to go live in different places, also the Kahoot game, and we're able to give books, and we're able to have workshops and book clubs. So these are great things that we're doing. Ah, yes, I'm so glad. Ooh, awesome. Oh, good. Yes, yes, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's one of my favorite books to read. Yep. And I'm hopefully with these read alouds every Sunday, I hope this is actually helping you guys get more into reading. I would like to know, for next time, I would love for you guys to share, are you guys getting are you all getting more reading in? Is this helping to spark that interest in you reading on your own? I would love to know what books you are reading. So these are things I would love for you guys to share for the next time. So with that being said, thank you all for listening to another Read Aloud. And my name is Miss Sasha. And I want you all to remember that reading is freedom. And remember to please keep reading for at least 30 minutes a day. Y'all take care and be blessed. Peace. Oh, those